In the cosmopolitan Adelaide area, we have 4 main campuses. So this is a photo of Adelaide to show you the location of different campuses. So in the city, we have 2 campuses. One is City East campus, the other one is City West campuses. City West campus. So business, we locate in City West campus. We also have McGill campus and Mawson Lakes campus. Both campuses are quite easily accessed through public transport through Adelaide CBD. So McGill campus roughly 20 minutes from city, and Mawson Lakes around 17 minutes as well through express train from the city of Adelaide. So in short, it's very convenient to go everywhere, transit through different campuses. So the very important information we always put at the beginning. So the important part is the scholarship. Understand that a lot of the counselors and students and parents are very interested and want to know what we're offering as a scholarship. So currently we have 2 types of scholarships for our international students. One is the VC scholarship, which is very competitive, and we have a requirement as a personal statement is required. For the VC scholarship is 50%. Deduction for the full duration of the degree program. The other scholarship we have at the moment is the IMS, the International Merit Scholarship, which is 15% off for the full duration of the study. So for the IMS, there is no separate application required. As long as the student's GPA meet the requirements, it will automatically on the offer letter. So first thing first. So today, Hody and I are here to present a few key programs under business and justice and society. So to start with, this is a very quick slide to show you the business. Under UniSA Business, we offer a very comprehensive study areas, as you could see here, from accounting, finance, marketing, to the very trendy and brand new degree, Digital of Business, which I will talk more about later on. The very important qualification that why students should choose UniSA to study business, because we are double crown accreditation. So we have AACSB, which is a US business school accreditation body, and also the ACQUIST, which is the European Business School accreditation body. So we are one of the 12 universities in Australia who got the double crown accreditation. In a way, which means our qualification and our degree is very high on the global standard, and which is also meeting the needs of the current business area. And very excitingly, I think this is only a couple weeks ago, we got this very proud ranking that we are #1 in Australia for graduate employability. So which means our students are very satisfied, the employers are very satisfied with our graduates, and also our students are very strong in the job market once they finish their study. And also we are top 10 in Australia for graduate skills. So how can we do that? How can how can we achieve the #1 in Australia for graduate employability? So now I'm going to give you a little bit more about that. So in UniSA Business, we always talk about these 3 pillars to support our students. Social, academic, and professional. In short, we don't just want our students to be academically successful, because we know that the students, when they are graduated, going to the job market, the competition will be very high. So they need to have different skill sets other than the academic skills. So we provide social support and also professional support. As you could see, there are a lot of things here that we provide support. However, today, because of time limit, I won't have the time to talk to you about every single one of them. However, I am going to focus on 2 parts. So the first one is the academic supports that we do, because for students, the most important thing is academically success. So we have run the PASS session. I always find this name very appropriate. So for the students are studying, the minimum requirement is a PASS. Of course, we want them to do better. So it's a peer-assisted study session. So at business, we are the first academic unit in UniSA to run this past session. So what that means practically is a free tutoring sessions. So we know that based on our experience, so we have identified a few different courses. You could see the example timetable up here, that some of the topics the students would find it a bit difficult or a bit challenging while they are studying. So we have identified those courses. So we run 2 sessions each week for these courses. The timetables all are on our website. So students could come for these tutoring sessions for free. So students who need support could come to this session completely free of charge. However, who's running the session? So the students who are running as the past leader, they are the students who already complete this course with a very good GPA. So for the students who with excellent GPA, they could apply as a past leader. This is a paid job offer at uni, so which is a very great opportunity for the students if they want to earn a bit of money and also helping other students to study. But for the students who actually need additional academic support, they could come for this past session for free. So this is one of the academic supports that we provide to our students, which is very popular as well on campus. And the other part we want to emphasize, again, back to our employability #1 in Australia, it's how we prepare our students to be career ready. In UniSA Business, all our students could choose at least one placement through the electives. So which means it's not a compulsory that the students have to go through the internship, but as long as students are willing or want to take an internship, we have a whole team to help our student to find the right placement or internship. So again, students could choose through the placement and internship program. It's the elective. And also we have a business career mentor program who will have a professional meet our students face-to-face a few times during the semester to give them the professional guidance of their career development. So also there is one part we call the enterprise skills. At the beginning, we mentioned that why we are graduate employability, because we know that besides academic, the students need to have different skills. So one of the enterprise skills is, so to speak, the soft skills. So like the communication skills, the teamwork skills, all that sort. So in our courses, we have embedded this enterprise skill in all of our courses. So practically students, when they graduated, they don't just capture the academic knowledge, they could also know like how to work in a team and how to do a presentation properly. So this is one quick slide just to show you what are the programs that we offer at UniSA Business. So the undergraduate program and the postgraduate program. Again, as you could see, we offer a very comprehensive program choices under UniSA Business. Of course, again, due to time limit, I couldn't tell every single one of the programs today, but I will take this great opportunity to give you 2 courses in detailed information and also some quick updates with some particular programs. As you could see, I have highlighted a few in blue for the update today. So the first one is the Bachelor of Business, Logistics and Supply Chain Management. This is just a quick update part, all right? So for the Logistics and Supply Chain Management, we are very excited. Earlier this year, we got the CIPS accreditation. So CIPS is an international body for procurement and supply. And we are very proud we are the only university in Australia have the undergrad program to get the CIPS accreditation. What that means is that students, when they graduate from us, if they want to be the member of CIPS, they only require a 3-year working experience on top of our degree. Normally we require 4 years or above. But with our program, because we are CIPS accredited, a student only needs 3 years. And also the reason that we could get the CIPS accreditation is because we could arrange and we could guarantee to arrange equivalent to 2 courses placement through our undergrad program. So which is also, again, a very good opportunity to gain experience when they are studying with us. The second quick update is our Bachelor of Business, Tourism, Event and Hospitality Management. So currently what we have currently is the Bachelor of Business, Tourism and Event Management. However, we acknowledge there is huge demand in hospitality, and a lot of our graduates actually got employed in the hospitality area. So from 2024, we have update our program as Bachelor of Business, Tourism, Event and Hospitality Management. So we will have a focus on hospitality and also some new courses. For now, currently the program page hasn't been updated yet. However, very soon, next month, the program page will be updated. So the last quick update of today is the IMBA, the International Master of Business Administration in Supply Chain Management. If any of the counselor here today with us know UniSA for many years, you probably knew that we previously have offered this degree, but we have stopped for the last 2 years. But because we noticed there were big market demand for supply chain management, COVID, of course, definitely play an important part of it. So from next year onwards, we bring back the International MBA of Supply Chain Management. If there's any student interest in studying this degree, the application, they could already submit the application through StudyLink. It's already been opened for 2024 intake. All right, so that was just the warm-up part. Now comes to the important part for the course details. So today we have selected 2 business programs to give you more details about the program structure or the program info. So one of them is the very exciting program that we launched last year, Bachelor of Digital Business. So this program is a co-design and co-deliver program with Accenture. So talking about Accenture, I just want to give you guys one quick introduction about Accenture. I'm not sure how familiar our audience today knowing about Accenture. Accenture actually is a very big IT consulting company globally. So in 2022, its Fortune 500, the ranking is 268. And also it's actually a top 3 IT company globally for the IT services and consulting. So we are very proud that we have this program together with Accenture. Why we have developed this program with Accenture, the very important part is we know that since COVID, a lot of the business have to merge in the technology world. And we also understand that there are businesses that are actually nowadays require their employees not just with the business knowledge, but also with the IT knowledge. So that's why we have designed this program together with Accenture. And also we are the only education provider that Accenture work with right now with this kind of program delivery. So it's a very new and a very outstanding partnership that we have with a company like Accenture. So again, this is a co-design and co-deliver program. Very importantly, through this program, we offer a paid internship with Accenture local office to our international students. So this is a guaranteed paid internship as long as students meet the GPA requirements and pass the interview with the Accenture team. But again, this is a very good opportunity. It's not every day today for a current undergrad student to get a pay in. An internship itself is hard enough. It's even harder with a paid internship, but we guarantee our students to have that opportunity through our degree. And this, when we talk about co-design and co-deliver, we are giving the student the opportunity from day one to engage with Accenture. This is very important because we know that the IT world, the AI, the business change every day. I'm sure everybody, you guys, we hear a lot about ChatGPT recently. So in this degree, the students have the exclusive information from Accenture, which is a world-leading IT expert. So this is the Accenture room, a quick screenshot of the Accenture room that the students could have access to. As you could see, they would share this information, most up-to-date IT tech info article related through this platform to our students. again, a great opportunity for the student to keep up to date with what's actually happening in the world, not just studying in a university, but also understanding what's happening in the real world. And also Accenture run masterclass a couple times in the year to our students. So one of the very recent masterclass is talking about the AI, the new era of generation AI for everyone. So throughout the year, probably 3 to 4 times with this masterclass, the student will have the opportunity to get exposure, a chance to hear from the Accenture team about the most updated technology or the trendy industry news. So here, this slide, we want to quickly share with you the program structure, because this is a brand new program that we launched last year. The program structure is very unique. As you can see, there are different colors here. So there are meanings for the colors. We just don't we don't just do that for the color's sake. So as you can see, the purple ones, the 6 purple courses are the courses that are designed by Accenture. And also the 4 blue ones are the courses that is the IT foundation courses. So as you could see, this is a joint development with Accenture, and also for the student to have the basic knowledge and the foundation for the IT courses. Again, this is not the programming course or anything like that, because some students like a bit intimidating. I don't really want to do IT. Why do I need IT? I don't want to do programming. But this is not IT, and this is not programming. The reason we embedded the IT courses in this program is because we know for the companies, for the business nowadays, they need their staff to have the ability to adapt to the new technology. So that is why we designed the program in this way. And again, paid internship. So at the final year, all international students would have the opportunity to do a paid internship with local Adelaide office. Often we have the question about, so how should I sell this program to our students? What is digital business? The name, I don't really understand. We hear this all the time. So a lot of the time we have this myth like digital business is just e-commerce or social media marketing. No, this is definitely more than that. Digital business impacts every single part of the business. That's why we actually call them the digital thread these days. So why this is important? Of course, technology is changing every day, and a lot of the business are heavily rely on technology or have the need to merge from current operation, day-to-day operation, and to the digital world. So that's the very important part of the trend happening. And also because of so much technology happened, AI develop in the future, as you could see from the World Economic Forum report. So from compare with 2022 and 2027, the machine would take more part of our job now, comparing these days. So if we don't master this technology, actually in the future, our job might get, not exist anymore. So for the students, it's very important to have the knowledge and skill set for the future 5 years, 10 years for the job market to change. And just a quick slideshow just to show you guys also from the World Economic Forum, the top 10 fastest growing jobs and top 10 fastest declining jobs as the information, just to quickly show you why we bring in this digital business, because this is the trend. You can see from the top 10 fastest growing job, AI, machine learning, and also digital transformation specialist, etc. And also for the new business skills, we also, from the survey, 96% of the executives agrees that the digital and physical worlds over the next decade will transform their industry. So job path, career path. So normally for the new program to launch, we often get asked, so okay, if a student graduates with a Bachelor of Digital Business degree, what would be the career path for this graduate? So we have list a few, so of course not limited to this, but we have listed a few the possible career path for the students who undertake the Bachelor of Digital Business degree. The digital transformation lead or management consultant or business system analyst. So there are a lot of different job opportunities for these graduates. And also, just a quick slide that from the talent.com from Australia showing you what are the average income for this position, for this market. They are the they are the tech people in the business field, and they are the business people in the tech field. So people with the Bachelor of Digital Business degree kind of would help the business people understand the technology, and also they could help the tech people to understand the business needs of the technology. So again, very good opportunity for the future career goal. All right. We just finished the Bachelor of Digital Business. The next one I want to talk about today is the International of Master, the IMBA. So IMBA actually is a very popular program at UniSA for our international students. Very important part, we don't require any work experience. So for any fresh undergrad students, they could apply for our IMBA. We offer 7 different specializations. Again, we have introduced the supply chain management from 2024. So now, as you can see, we have different specializations under IMBA, such as advertising and brand management, business analytics, which is a very popular specializations, and finance, human resource management, marketing, supply chain management, and tourism and event management. We don't have a particular GPA requirement, and we don't have work experience requirements. A 2-year master's degree, so students could be eligible for PSW after they finish the master's. So again, for students who are aiming to pursue a postgraduate degree, this would be a very good choice to study with us. All right, the next part is another academic unit. Today, we want to take this opportunity to share with you the UniSA Justice and Society. So the quick slide here, as you can see, this academic unit, we cover different areas as well, including social science, human services, aging and disability, arts, psychology, law, and social work. So today, our focus will be Bachelor of Social Science in Human Services and social work. So talking about social work, I know this is also a very popular program for international students. So why choose UniSA to do social work? Because we are #1 in SA for graduate careers in social work. Again, graduate employability, very important factor. And also this is also another growing market in Australia with the career opportunity. So it's still in a very high demand for social work graduate. So to start with, we want to start with the Bachelor of Social Science in Human Services. Why we want to introduce this degree? I'm sure many counselors here will be familiar with the Bachelor of Social Work, which is a 4-year bachelor degree with a very high IELTS requirement. However, we noticed that in the last 2 years, Bachelor of Social Science in Human Services getting a lot of attention or interest from international market because first of all, this is a 3-year undergrad program and the IELTS entry requirement is lower than Bachelor of Social Work. For Bachelor of Social Science, the IELTS requirements is only 6.0. So for the students who wants to do a social work related program, but looking for a shorter program, because social science in human services is a 3-year program with a lower English requirement, this would be a perfect choice. So social science is a ACWA accredited program. So within the program, we also have placement, which is 560 hours placement. We will divide this into a 2 to 80 hours placement for our students. So maybe there are some questions about, so what if the students want to transfer from Bachelor of Social Science to Bachelor of Social Work? So actually, if for students doing Bachelor of Social Science in Human Services, they could transfer to Bachelor of Social Work because the program structure for the first 2 years is very similar. It's almost like exactly the same for these two programs. So for students who currently doing Bachelor of Social Science, or normally we would advise if they can't get an IELTS 7, they already have IELTS 6, they could start with the Bachelor of Social Science to begin with. And once they're studying for the first year, they could take the time and do another IELTS exam. And if they could reach the 7, which is the Bachelor of Social Work entry requirements, they have to provide the eligible IELTS score to get to the Bachelor of Social Work. And with the GPA 4.0, which is a pass requirement, they could transfer from Bachelor of Social Science, Human Services, to Bachelor of Social Work with all the credit. Okay, so there are opportunity for the change. So what are the differences of these two programs, social work and social science? So for the job-wise, as you could see here, is for the social science job market, like the possible career development, the career area, it's very similar as Bachelor of Social Work. The big differences is Bachelor, the social work is more policy-driven. So for social worker, they have to do a lot of policy-related work. But for the social science, they're more hands-on and client-facing. So if your student is more interested in actually helping people and deal with clients, social science would be a more fit study program for them to choose. But if your students are more into the policy part and with really good English reading, writing, reporting skills, social work would be the good fit. I normally use the example as, for example, if a student, a high school student in school have some sort of issue, if the teacher notice that, or they might have some domestic, just for example, as domestic violence or something. So normally the school will refer the student to social worker, and the social worker will use their current resources to refer the student to the relevant department, maybe the youth center, or if they need psychology support, need counseling support. So social worker is more like referring the client to different suitable services. The social services is more those services who actually provide support to the client. So as you could see, the social services, when they get the skill, the social science, when they get the skill assessment part, is normally community worker, youth worker, or disabled worker. So that differentiates the two study area. Last but not least, today in my course presentation, we definitely want to talk about Master of Social Work, one of our very popular program in Justice in Society. So Master of Social Work and Bachelor of Social Work, both the programs are AASW accredited, which includes 1,000 hours work placement. So I just need to turn the light back on in the meeting room. I think I've been sitting and not moving for too long, so the lights went off. 1,000 hours placement, which we divided into 500 hours placement. So IELTS requirement is higher, so it's 7.0 IELTS requirement and 7 each bank. However, for students who can't meet the IELTS entry requirement, we could package with English program and with English course as well. So don't worry about that. Normally, we get a lot of inquiries about, okay, so what are the entry requirements, what academic requirements are we require for Master of Social Work, which is a bit complicated for us because, of course, it's AASW accredited requirements. We can't really change or be very flexible regarding this. So in short, we require our students to have 1 year social science credits in their undergraduate study to be eligible to entry to Master of Social Work. So most of the time on the left-hand side of the slide, you could see if students graduate with this degree, it's very likely they could get the offer, they could meet the entry requirement and they could get the offer. On the right-hand side is, for example, if a student is studying education, if in he or her degree, in his or her degree, if in their degree they have 8 courses equivalent to this area of study, which might be also get offer as well. So for Master of Social Work, it's pretty much a case-by-case situation scenario regarding on the entry requirements for the academic background. However, unfortunately, as you could see, some of the business background students, it's very unlikely to get admitted, to get offer into the Master of Social Work. For example, like accounting or finance, those study areas or marketing would be very difficult to get into Master of Social Work because often they don't have any social science credit or not enough social science credit in their degree. Anyway, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. We will cover them at the end of today's session. And today, I would like to also take this opportunity to introduce you to our Student Ambassador platform. So this is the platform we built up in our website, so allow our international students, potential students to connect to our current international students. So if you have any students, okay, I want to talk to any current students, do I have the chance, or how can I reach to the current students? I want to know what they are experiencing in UniSA. So they could come to this platform. So we divided, they could find based on study area or based on nationality. So if a student, I want to study business in UniSA, I want to find an international student studying business, I want to know their experience. So they could find current students in UniSA to share their experience. And also our student ambassadors also have some blog as well on this website to share their daily life with the prospective students. So this is a very useful platform for the future students if they want to hear or communicate from our current student. All right, so if you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to the Yes Education team. For further program information, please always refer to our website. I know that Yes Education definitely will share our course guides in digital version or brochures, but the course guides are getting ready early this year. There are changes happening right now, so always go back to our website for the most up-to-date information. Okay, I've done my part. I think I'm really good at time management, 32 minutes.
Woo, woo,
all right,
amazing.
now
that's what we like.
Yes, thank
Fantastic
you.
work.
All right, now let's go to the question, but I'm going to stop sharing so that we could
Let's go to the questions. And first of all, brilliant effort, Emily, going through those exciting programs. Wow, they got me really excited listening to that, especially digital, Bachelor of Digital Business. That looks absolutely relevant to this day and age. And you talking about Accenture and what they have to offer as well. I think that's really exciting. What UniSA and Accenture have to offer students. So that was really exciting. So, and interesting as well, looking at some of the hot sort of jobs, the top 10 sort of jobs that are coming, or that are the most in demand, and so sort of the top 10 that are least in demand now. Very interesting where the shift is at this stage. So very relevant for students and agents as well to get to know that. So thank you again for that. So yeah, as Emily said, now it's time for questions. We got Hody here as well, who will assist with the questions. And please make most of this opportunity, because both of them are really more than qualified to answer any of your questions, whatever they may be. Specific questions about the courses, or just about anything at UniSA, the campus life, society, what Adelaide is like, anything like that. Let's get into those questions now. So Hody, I think you answered one of the questions before regarding minimum GPA and IELTS at year 12 in order to get the 50% scholarship. So you did answer that question, but I think you wanted to touch on a little bit more, and perhaps everyone else would like to listen to that as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Bo. Thanks, Emily, too. So for the question that I had, it's asking about the VC 50% half price scholarship. So to be honest, we because this is having limited spots, so we can't say exactly the students like how many points they need to achieve.
Yeah.
But we would say at least high distinction, because we only have 22 spots every year. So for example, at least 95 or equivalent. So if you go on our website, you can have a look at, for example, Bachelor of Physiotherapy. That one is ATA 93, which is the highest ATA requirement program in UniSA. So you can make it as a reference. At least you have to be higher than that. Or if you applied for master degree, then you have to get GPA maybe 3.9 out of 4, or 3.8 or 3.9 out of 4, or even sometimes you need 4 points, depends on the competition. And IELTS, you have to meet the IELTS requirement, which is mentioned on the website. So if you can't meet the IELTS requirement, you need to package with English. Sorry, then you cannot get the VC scholarship. So that's the requirement. But if you apply for the IMS, which is the International Merit Scholarship, it can be a package with English.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and I saw some question coming in. So student having a 3-year gap acceptable. So we won't say whether it's acceptable by just looking at the gap, because this is one of the risk factors only. So normally it's quite common for 3 years gap if you study in master degree. So, or if you have a bit of working experience after your diploma. So depends on how you explain, and you have to provide the CV and what did the student do during the gap. So we will be able to assess that via our compliance team. Okay. So, and then Pamela again, master program, fresh graduates. Oh, jump over. Sorry, I can't say. Yeah, fresh graduate accepted or need working experience. So Emily, do you want to take that question?
Depending on which master's program you're asking, Pema. However, if you're asking about the business program, again, for IMBA, for international MBA, we don't require any working experience. We also have Master of Management. Maybe you have a quick shot, see that when I show the slides regarding the postgraduate degrees. So for our Master of Management, Master of Accounting and Master of Finance, they don't require any work experience. However, for Master of Management, the 1.5 years master's degree, we do require students to have a business undergrad degree. Other than that, only MBA. So we do have MBA. The MBA require work experience. But other than that, all our postgrad degrees in business doesn't require any work experience.
Overall, we don't really need work experience for nearly all our postgrad degree in coursework. I mean, only MBA, we require work experience, at least 3 years, managerial level. Okay, so
okay, maybe I just jump in with Valerie's question, because it's also asking about business. So Valerie is asking whether the International Master of Business and the IMBA could available for off-campus study. So that's a tricky question. For IMBA, unfortunately, students right now couldn't do 100% offline, off campus. For example, if they just want to finish their degree completely off campus in their home country, IMBA currently, we can't offer that. However, for MBA, for students have 5 years work experience or above, if they want to study off campus, our MBA degree do offer the off-campus study option. That is possible. But for the IMBA currently is not possible for 100% off-campus study.
Thank you, Emily. So the question from Polina, it's a little bit tricky as well, because Polina, you're asking whether the student finish a Bachelor of Business degree but have a diploma of community services in Australia. 92 weeks would be enough to accept for a Master of Social Work. So technically, to be honest, we sort of having building up, not having yet. So we are building up a articulation with TAFE at the moment. So if for diploma of community services only having the accreditation, or sorry, I mean the credit extensions for Bachelor of Social Work, but not for Master. But for Master degree, we usually really need the student having the Bachelor degree or a Master degree equivalent, because that's the AQF level. So I would say it might not be, but if you really wanting to put in this application, feel free to email to Yes Education via education, then we can have a chat with our program director. But I'm leaning to be saying that it's a little bit tricky. Depends on those programs that you could be extended, which is either that is equivalent to AQF level, Bachelor level. I mean.
So you haven't had any experience before from a student that studied at TAFE SA, for example, or another TAFE where they've done Diploma of Community Services and it's been enough to get accepted into Master's Social Work?
Yeah, not really at the moment. So
if they've done Diploma, then Bachelor in unrelated
that's
field,
more
like
likely back going to the Bachelor level.
Understood. So it's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, but good to have a try and see whether good to have a try, and then we can learn something new as well. That's right.
Because they can take the faculty can take a look at everything that Diploma has to offer. And
it depends on different diploma as well. So it only says that in Australia, but maybe it's different from the TAFE one.
Yeah, that's a good question, Paulina. Thanks for that. And yeah, if you do want to go ahead with that application, Paulina, just let us know and we will help you with that. And Hody and the team will help us as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, next question from James. Do you see that, Hody?
Yeah. Can SA issue sorry, I'm reading it now. Can SA issue a COE when a student needs to study English for 6 months to get IELTS up? For example, student will study August to Jan and then start uni Feb to March. So I guess what you mean is the student actually need to study something in between. There's a 6-month gap. So
no,
if there's
I think what he means is whether we could issue a package offer for 6 months with English, like the English package. What are the maximum?
Yeah, we can package with English, but then I'm not sure whether, James, you mean that the student actually wants to get IELTS, but then having the 6-month gap. So if like what Emily said, it's okay because we do have CELUSA, 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 which is actually our partner, Navitas. They operated this for us. So they are providing the academic English. And then they also can helping the student to improve their English while they're preparing their IELTS. But if you said the student actually only coming over, preparing their English while waiting for studying with us, then we can't really provide anything in between if they are not studying English with us. Okay.
Yeah, James, does that answer your question? Was that the right scenario?
Feel free to open and speak to us. Actually, you can speak to us. I don't know, Bo, can they actually?
Yeah, I'll let James. I'll let James talk here.
Yeah, if he wants to talk, you can talk.
Yeah.
James, do you want to talk?
Do you want to
talk,
James?
Answer your question?
Hello.
Yes,
Hi,
go ahead,
James.
James.
Hi, folks. Yes, we just had a similar case here in Sydney. That's why I'm asking. We had an experience with Swinburne University, who have a number of ELICOS partners. With them, and not to throw them under the bus or anything, with them, it was a very frustrating experience. It took us 3 weeks to understand where we stand with the English component, and the student's visa was expiring. So I'm just, they were renewing onshore. So for Uni of SA, let's say, this student is actually happy to go interstate. We'll need to give him a quote and everything like that. He wants to study IT. In regards to the package COE, I can tell you now he probably won't meet the IELTS requirements, but I have faith that he will do so in 6 months. So I'm just wondering, is it worth maybe sending an application to admissions to see, because we would love to just apply for the visa one time, general English for 6 months or IELTS preparation, and then we've got the 3-year bachelor degree for him. A bit long-winded, but I think I'm on the right track.
Yeah, I think so. If you want to package with English, we always can. Just be mindful that we have 9 intakes. We don't have the English offer to the students every month or every week. So we have the schedule. I will just send the link over on the chat. So you can see, so you can see whether the student can match the intake. And also at the moment, if you have a look on the web, I'll send the link over. So if you have a look on our website, the price at the moment is $450 per week, but we are still doing a COVID promotion. So in 2023, so the price is $290 per week.
Well, that's really good.
Yeah, so have a look. I just sent over the link.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, James.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thanks, James. Do let us know if you've got any more questions after James.
Yes, I think we have another question regarding following up with the Calusa question, asking about the placement test. I assume that you are asking about the English placement test.
Yes.
Okay, if that's the case, Calusa, our ELICOS provider, does offer placement test. Correct me if I'm wrong, Holly. The placement test should be free of charge, and however, students have to have our conditional offer, have a UniSA conditional offer to apply for a placement test. And also the placement test outcome would definitely need to package with English. So there will not be students would get to the level out from the placement test saying that they could get direct entry into academic program. So
exactly.
bear that in mind. If students are ready to package with English, yes, Calusa does offer a placement test.
Yep. Yeah, correct, Emily. Just to add on something, our Calusa test is quite simple. So if you go on the website that I provide just now, so that one, they have a Calusa test sample, but that's not for the direct entry one. That's for Navitas one. So you can have a look. It's only like a test where the student only have to write 250 words, and by that we can assess the English level. Of course, when they arrived, if the teacher feel like, okay, the English level is really low or something like that, they will do another test with listening, speaking, and also reading. But at the moment, it's only writing 250 words. Okay.
We got every question answered.
All the questions done.
Wow.
Wow, very quick, very efficient. Is there any more
timing?
Any more questions? Anyone want to ask any question directly on audio or ask? Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's more question here.
We have a question regarding scholarships. Okay, so for scholarships, I have quickly mentioned that earlier for the IMS, the 15%, the 15% IMS scholarship is automatic. So students doesn't need to submit an additional application form for the IMS scholarship. As long as the GPA meets the requirements, there will be scholarship information on the offer letter. However, for the VC scholarship, the 50% of deduction of the full duration, that requires a separate application form and also has a very high GPA requirement as well. And it's a very limited and competitive process to get the VC scholarship.
Very competitive. Okay. That's done. That's done. Okay. Any more questions from anyone?
We still have 2 more minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes to go.
So,
Hody, how long have you been at Uni SA?
7 years, but
7 years.
yeah, but then I actually work as an agent before.
Yeah.
So I know the other side quite well. I've been working as an agent for how many years? I can't remember. 7 years around as well. And before that, I was a school rep as well. So in total, I don't know how many years I'm in education already. So
Yes.
feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Where can I see the link you post? Hang on, James. I put on the chat box. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's in the
Or
webinar chat.
I put it again. Hang on. Yeah, webinar chat. Or I can answer his question. Hang on. Let me answer his question.
Okay, we have very last question for accommodation. Is it
good.
easy to find a house to rent in Adelaide? Okay, that question, unfortunately,
yeah.
the rental
Recently,
market,
it's a bit
it's
tricky.
a bit tough. It's a bit tricky. So I haven't been renting as an international student before in Adelaide, so I can't really answer that. But for the information that we know, currently at the rental market is quite competitive. But by saying that, the students would just have to go through the process to find a house or an apartment. There are student accommodations, of course, like the apartments, the student apartments, etc., available in the city. The good thing is that for business, we locate in the city. So there are quite a lot of student apartments available in the city area, but might be cost a little bit more. But when the students, once they finish one semester of study, they make friends, they know their way around, would be a bit, I would say that would be a bit easier to find a house or an apartment to rent. But before they actually arrive at Adelaide, that might be a tricky part.
Yeah. So, but
good.
I have to say, compared to other states, we are already quite easy to find accommodation.
Much more
I think
easier
this
than
is
Sydney, Melbourne. Yes.
yeah. So, depends on where you live, because sometimes the students are very picky. So, if they are not really picky, I have to say it would be much easier compared to other states. But still, we have a lot of student accommodation. Maybe when the student come, they can stay in the student accommodation first and then take some time. And some of them, they stay in Airbnb first and then take some time to find their accommodation. So it depends on what the student wants. So I'm sorry that just now I actually sent out all the links that is only to the host and panelists. So I just find out I have to send to everyone. Yeah, so I sent to everyone now. So if you
great.
I'll leave you guys some time to have a look or copy and paste the links. My apologies. So
don't worry, everything is on the website.
Yes, so I've already put on the links. It will be easier for all you guys to find out the information. But Feel free to reach out Yes Education if you have any questions. We do have a chat group with Yes Education, and we will be really efficient to be in touch with them. So thanks for arranging the session today, Bo. Really appreciate it, and really happy to see Johnny and also Wayne again online. So if you have any question, feel free to ask us. And remember, we have the very innovative and new program, Bachelor of Digital Business. So it would be a flagship program for you to promote to the students, because it's so boring to just talking about accounting and finance, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a really fantastic course. Okay, that's all we have time for today. Thank you, Emily and Hody, for joining us. Great to see you online, and thank you for all your support as always. Very good. You're so good to us. And thank you everyone for joining today as well, from all over the world. Really nice to spend time with you again today. And I'll see you at the next webinar. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Bo. Thanks, everyone. Take
See you
care.
offshore at some time. Bye. See ya.
Yes, see you. Bye-bye.